Welcome to the Orana podcast, a show about what you will find, what you will not find in the Cook Islands. And now here's your host, Chantal Napa.
Kia Orana, kia koto ka toto. Well, dear ko Chantal Napa, welcome back to Orana podcast. I have with me today the Kai Guy owner, the Kai, K-A-I, Guy owner. And it's like they do healthy and delicious meals on the go with food truck servings. And Ashleigh, who owns this business with her husband, she's related to Brendan Nicholas, right? So she's from the Nicholas family. So Ashleigh's Cook Island, her name is Ashleigh Mata Tui Atua Steele. Now the Mata in the Cook Islands is eyes, and then you have like Atua, Tui Atua, which is like our God. So what a beautiful middle name, Ashleigh. What a beautiful middle name. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
Do you know the story of how you got that middle name? Mata
Yes.
Tui Atua?
So that name comes from my mum's side of the family, from out at Ngatinga, from my, I'll say great, maybe 8 generations back. Mata Tui Atua, who was one of the daughters of the chief from out there and who married Henry Nicholas, who was where our name comes from.
Fantastic.
Yeah, from back the start of the 1800s.
Yeah. Nice. And so what makes a young family like yourself move back to Rarotonga? We'll start there, eh? I'll start there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I guess the first thing was that I brought my husband here and he loved it. And we've got 3 little children and we just decided that we would love to be here. For me, it was a no-brainer. My mum's here, my mum and dad are here. We have the help with the children. We've got our family set up here. So it was very easy for me. But the fact that my husband from Melbourne, from Australia, he was keen to come over. And that made it so easy because I have my roots here and, to be here is so special and means so much to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a privilege, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that too, Ashleigh. Such a privilege to be able to live here.
Yeah. And
so you bring your husband here.
Yeah.
And then, and he's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And life just makes sense here. It's a lot of what we're doing is continuing on from what our ancestors have been doing for so long and just, living off the lands and enjoying our island home. So we're so lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, living off the land. So, like for people who are listening to the show for the first time, in the Cook Islands, we eat a lot of what we grow, right? Eat a lot of what we grow here. And we're so fortunate that Rarotonga is a dormant volcano. So our land quality here is so rich in nutrients, like poof, right? So many things just grow and we eat seasonally. So what that means is, at this time of the year, that's ready. And at that time of the year, that's ready. And do you do your meals with your food truck, the Kai Guy, kind of like that too?
Yeah, so we try to incorporate what we can find and what's locally sourced. There's a lot of great produce that's all year round. There's cucumber, tomatoes.
All year round, and there's pawpaws all year round.
The root vegetables,
our rucos all year round.
Yeah, and then beautiful
spinach.
like exotic fruits like the star fruit,
and the dragon fruit.
Yeah, so we can garnish our meals with that.
We've got mangoes, we've got avocados, we've got papaya. We said that we've got the akari, of course, the coconut, grapefruits, oranges, mandarins,
and of course the local fish.
The local fish,
that's a huge draw card and so popular.
Yeah, because we have our pelagic fish.
Yeah.
That pelagic fish is outside the reef, which is yellowfin tuna, mahi-mahi, wahoo,
marlin. Yeah. So all of those, they're great, and we've built a menu that has a baseline with those ingredients, and then we've incorporated quite a lot of our food actually comes from New Zealand or comes from other places around the world. And those ingredients like our onions, carrots, all those sorts of staples, we just rely on coming in from overseas. So that has its trickiness as well.
Hey, Ashley,
But,
you know
yeah.
that fruit that we grow here, or vegetable? I think it's a vegetable. It's called choco. The green
Oh,
one,
yeah.
right? That's called choco.
Yeah.
So my mum, when she doesn't have carrot, she grates that as her carrot.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So what we've done in the past is the green pawpaw.
Yes,
is
yes,
a nice
yes.
one, and then we pickle it.
Yum. Yes.
Do you
do you do some of your own pickling?
Yeah.
For the kai guy?
Yeah, and the cucumbers. So rather than buying the store-bought gherkins, we pickle our own gherkins, and we get the mustard seeds, and we get this beautiful dill that just grows year-round in our backyard. And yeah, we've just tried to be quite resourceful with what we can find, and our menus are bold, but it's definitely remained true to what we can find.
True to what we can find, and it makes it easier for you.
Yeah,
what you can find.
It's definitely not easy trying to run a food truck, or anybody who's selling food on Rarotonga, or let alone the other islands. We rely on what comes in and what we can actually grow, and we're very, very what's the word? We're very susceptible to the weather, and if the boat doesn't come in on time, those are the stresses that we deal with every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Because whenever I come to your food truck, I always get the same thing.
Yeah. What's your favorite? The Danny boy. Yeah. Awesome. The crispy pork taco.
Crispy pork taco.
With a side of fries or a side of salad.
And what do I always get?
Side of salad. No, sometimes you get fries.
Or if I do, I get it for either my daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
Depends on the mood.
Depends on the mood. But I'm like, no, gotta do the salad. Do the salad, right?
So we've got our healthy offerings, and then what we find what's quite popular is the fries, the pulled pork, the beef brisket.
It's a nice portion though. Your portions aren't overly. It's just enough.
Yeah.
Right. And are those inside all that those juices and that? Are you making a lot of that? Because it tastes really not shop.
All our sauces and gravies.
And
we make that.
Yeah.
So my husband Mike, he does a lot of the prep kitchen work, and so he's the head chef and runs the behind the scenes. And then you've got me, who's more in the food truck, probably more taking credit for the food. But Mike is really he's the mastermind behind a lot of the flavors.
Nice. Nice contribute. Nice. Shout out to your husband, the mastermind. Was it his idea to do the food truck?
So
the kai guy?
It was both of us. It's definitely, it wouldn't have been possible without both of us. A lot of the menu items and the food are inspired from his upbringing in Melbourne, and my love for the food in Melbourne as well, I must say. So the Greek style flavors, the gyros, the tacos. Mike has a really good friend who set up a Mexican shop in Melbourne, actually his housemates at the time. So we both brought that shared passion together, and I guess ended up where we are today. I don't think we would have imagined what we would be doing, but it's definitely been fueled by our passions.
I like how it's a truck, because you can move it.
Right? It's a no-brainer. And I suppose the thing with Raro, with the market, with the it's quite a quiet place, and so trying to find the crowds and being able to go to the events and set up at the markets has been quite favorable for us to be able to get around. And then so weather dependent as well. So the days that it rains, it's
great for events,
Yeah.
And because we have the different markets, so you can go to the Muri night market if you want, on those nights, which is Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You could go there.
Absolutely.
And then Saturdays you drive the truck to Punanganui Market for the Saturday morning trade.
Super popular Saturday morning market.
Super popular, because you're opposite Athena and I, because Athena and I sell her artwork there, and then I always look at your food truck. And then I'm like, Athena, I've got to go kai guy, man, right? And then and then you're opposite CITC supermarket sometimes too during the day.
So we've got a nice oceanfront space there, and we can mix it up, which is the really cool part about our business.
I think it's a great business too to set up when you have young children like you do.
Yes,
because what I mean is that it can flow and flex with you and your lifestyle. You know, like, yes, we can do that event, or no, we don't do that event, or, you know, like, because having a young family, 3 young children, Ashleigh, you know, and your husband, congratulations, and running a business, like, that's busy.
Thank you.
And they're young.
Yeah.
Like, your youngest is just nearly 2.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, we have bigger dreams for it. We'd love our own restaurant space, or, you know, a permanent location for our food.
Yeah.
But right now it just works for us. And
totally, because with your 3 children, Ashleigh, how old are they?
They are 1, 3, and 5.
1, 3, and 5.
Yeah. So they
1,
keep us
3,
busy.
and 5.
Yeah.
Totally.
And they are very
Young
much
ones.
they're at the forefront of everything that we do. And so if there's a priority for the kids, then, you know, that takes priority. We've got a great team of staff, and so we're able to have the flexibility where it just works with the team, and we can prioritize the kids when we need to, and then we can step in and we can do catering and events as well when it does get busy. So I think we found a really nice balance and a great lifestyle for ourselves, and definitely something we've built from the ground up. So super proud.
How long have you been back now, Ashleigh?
It's been 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. So when we
your kids here. Oh no, 1, 3, and 5. That's right.
Yeah. We had the 2 girls were in Melbourne, and then our little boy Robert Tamarua Bruce.
Oh,
Steele.
Tamarua, nice brown family name.
Yeah,
Tamarua.
so from the land we're living on now.
Yeah.
That means a lot to us to be able to use those names and to carry that forward.
That's a family name of my dad's. Tamarua Joseph Brown is my grandfather's name.
Because we're related on the Brown side.
Brown
side.
With the E. Yeah, Brown with an E. Yeah. But you and I figured that out. Because I first met you at a BPW, which stands for, can you tell everyone what that stands for?
Business Professional Women.
Yeah, because you're on the board.
Yeah, the committee.
Yeah, the committee.
Yeah.
That's where I first met you at a dinner there. And it's so nice seeing young families, Ashleigh.
Yeah.
Like yours, you know, busy parenting, busy with your new business, that you're out there.
I've recently taken on a few positions like that, so I've really been enjoying branching out from our everyday business, and then having the opportunity to join committees like BPW. And we're running events throughout the year and being connected to some really great women, and, you know, holding a legacy in that regard with everything that we do there. And there's a couple of other, you know, boards and committees that I've joined, and I've really enjoyed doing that. So
give me an example.
So I have just recently joined our school committee, the Tukio school. And I think your girls went there, didn't they?
I still have one there. Desiree.
Yeah. And so that, for me, my previous job before moving here, I was a maths teacher. And so secondary education is something that I'm just so passionate about, education in general. Yeah, so that's something
maths
that
teacher.
That was my previous job.
We all learned something. I didn't know that. You're a maths teacher before.
Yeah.
My background. What age?
Secondary.
Yeah.
So my background was in finance. I worked there for a few years. I was in the Treasury Department for a big North American bank. And then after that, I decided I did not want to do full-time working for a big financial corporation. I had some great experience from there, but I looked at what I really wanted to do, and I loved teaching. I loved tutoring. I loved sports coaching. And so for me, naturally, that was something I wanted to do. And maths was a subject that I just always loved. So went back and trained as a teacher, and worked in teaching for 5 years, I think it was, in Melbourne. Then we had kids, and then we came here. So being able to join the school board has been something that I just absolutely love. It's given me the opportunity to share that passion and do something hopefully really positive.
Well, you know, Ashleigh, that's fantastic, because I just interviewed Tony Fetto a couple of weeks ago.
Great. Yes.
And we touched
our previous chair.
Your previous chair. That's right.
So I never worked alongside him, but I've had some great conversations.
Yes, and I learned so much from what my school Api and the board and the decisions, and so that's fantastic.
Yeah. We just
That you're on the
celebrated.
board.
Yeah, we just celebrated 30 years.
30 years.
Friday
that's right.
just gone. And that was incredible to hear from the founding board members. So Jessie Sword, and then there was Tere Carr came along, Mike Carr. They spoke with the kids, and just to hear from them the passion and the fuel that they gave the school from day one is just so incredible to be able to continue that legacy and really just build a quality education for our kids, and with the ultimate goal of being able to provide a good education for our kids in Rarotonga. So to not have to go overseas and, from what our parents have forever done and had to leave our island home.
I'm nodding my head, everybody. While Ashley's talking, I'm nodding my head because my children have been at that school since preschool. Athena's now in high school, and Terika's my sister.
Of course.
And she's
been so involved
and she like with Tere and Mike, I did a shout out when I was with Tony Fe'au, Tere and her husband Mike sponsored Athena throughout Api Tiokia. I know. Wow. And thank you, because then Brendan and I just had to worry about Desiree. And that was what my sister said. She said, we've got Athena's school fees, you just worry about Desiree's. Like, how brilliant, eh?
Yeah, and what a great opportunity.
They've sponsored a child through that school since it started.
Yeah. So to have those opportunities for our kids at that school and to be able to grow it into a school that.
And do you like how we don't have a tuck shop there? I like it that we don't.
Okay.
Because I'm just saying that because then we know what's going in their lunch boxes.
Yeah.
And then right? And then here's another thing. Way back early on, Ashleigh, I remember saying to one of the teachers, it's like, oh, there's no rubbish bins, And she said, well, we want the children to bring home their lunch that they're not eating, and then what they don't like, what they're not eating.
True.
Instead of them being able to throw it away in the bin. I went, true. So actually, when my kids bring home something, I go, oh, you don't like this.
Yeah.
Or you don't like that.
Well, topical, because as we expand the school and we move into the, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, the junior college years for our students, there is that potential to grow a tuck shop. And obviously coming from that Kaigai perspective, the entire reason that we started our business was because we wanted to provide healthy options.
Yeah.
And of course, the loaded fries and the sour cream and all the gravies, all those indulgent, delicious goods that sell so easily, they've snuck onto our menu because they are so popular. But what's at the heart of our menu is really the nutritious fuel for the bodies. And that is something that we would definitely do.
If it was nutritious, then the tuck shop.
And I think it's just got to be carefully planned, just for kids that age, they will always go for, the sweeter, more indulgent options. But maybe that's something we look at is what do you actually provide for the kids and how do we do that? I know Jamie Oliver's done a lot of that in England. And, writing menus for the schools and really helping a lot of the schools over there and what they provide, because I think a lot of the schools in England, they provide a hot lunch for the kids while they're at school. And so looking
I suppose from a parenting point of view, it would make sense too, because then you knew that was taken care of, like their lunch, and it was nutritious.
For sure. And I suppose that's a lot of our customers, is a lot of these parents of these kids. And so there's definitely that community and that spirit to want to eat healthy food and food that's been grown locally and all of those sorts of things. So that ticks 2 boxes for me, is the business that we're in, but also my passion and my desire to share healthy living and share healthy food and educate these students and our young ones to grow those healthy habits.
That's pretty much sounds like your essence with the Kaigai, Ashleigh,
Hey. A little branch of what I love doing. For sure.
Little branch. Gosh, maths, high school level, finance, and now Rarotonga. Lucky
Yeah.
us.
Well,
Lucky us, she
Rarotonga,
came home.
oh yeah, the heart of why we do everything is our ancestors. And I guess a big part of what I wanted to talk about as well was my grandmother from Iceland.
Please, yeah.
So she actually, when she married my grandfather, who's from Rarotonga, and my grandmother, was from Aitutaki. So when she came over to Rarotonga, she had kids quite young. So my mum and her 4 brothers, and they all grew up in Nika, and they were just near the school, Te Reora College. And my grandmother, she had a big oven out the back, and she was well known for her pies, her lasagna, and her lemon meringue pie. Her meat pies, yeah. And so she would bake these every day, and she would put them on the back of her red truck, and she would take them down to the college, and the kids would just swoon the back of the college. It would all be gone in an instant. And that was what she did. And that's how she helped sustain her family. And she loved it. But yeah, a lot of what I do today is I think about my grandma. And sorry.
No. Oh, please don't apologize. She's getting a bit teary thinking about her grandmother, everybody. So how many years ago are we thinking? Because how old's your mum?
So this would be, so mum was born 1950. So this would be,
wow, so 73,
60s, 70s, yeah.
73 at least years ago, because your mum's 73. Yeah. She's born in 1950.
60 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think they had one of the first like trucks on the island, like first privately owned trucks. And so the fact that she could actually put her food on the back of the truck and take it down to the school was a big thing.
Oh well, you know your truck that's got the kai guy? I think maybe we could put grandma's name on it too.
And honor to her. Absolutely. We should name our truck. Good idea.
You know the kai guy, and then you still add in there, grandmother's name.
Mama Tutai.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And then you'll get a lot of people ask you about that.
Yeah.
And it'll connect you even more, So why is the kai guy got this mama too? Oh, what a great question. That's my grandmother. She had the first truck, man, like in our family.
Just a little truck, but yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Beautiful. Okay. So thank you so much, for coming on today. Do you want to finish off with, I'll ask you some questions such as this.
Sure.
Such as this. One really great thing, I know there's lots, of living in Rarotonga with a young family would be,
it's that everyday lifestyle, being able to get our kids outdoors and just being able to watch them grow and learn and explore and not have to be contained by the 4 walls. No one really has fences here. It's just that open hedge lines, and straight away once we moved here, our kids were just straight through the hedge, straight to our neighbor's house. And then our neighbors are, of course, family, and they just welcomed our kids with open arms. And yeah, it's such a beautiful part of living here to be able to experience that. Yeah.
Well, there you go, everyone. Such a beautiful part of living here. So that's Ashleigh Matatui Atua Steele from the Nicholas family and the Kai Guy. Look out for the orange truck at Punonoi Market on Saturdays, opposite CITC supermarket during the week, and at events. Healthy and delicious meals on the go with food truck serving. Thanks a lot, Ashleigh.
So well said. Thanks, Chantel.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
having me.